Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the 3-0-Take, where we talk all things Major League Baseball. Here's Kyle Corwin and Nate Reyes. It all starts right now.
Ooh, welcome back to the 3-0-Take, presented by SeatGeek. This is episode 376. I'll be your host, Kyle Corwin, and I'm here with my co-host, Nate Reyes. Nate.
Hello. Welcome to anybody that's new. Welcome to people that are regular. Welcome to people that are just being born. Obviously, newborns are listening to us as well. This is take
overhead
3
in the hospital.
By the way, take 3.
Yep.
You'd think.
Yeah, first take. The soundboard was off. Again, I'm not, if you were with us last episode, that's not me. I don't know who controls the soundboard.
It's 100% you.
If somebody else forgot to flip on
We've talked about
soundboard.
this. Your sarcasm doesn't land well. People don't get it. They don't understand.
It's thicker than a bowl of oatmeal.
You're
second take,
like Ryan from The Office. It's just
second take. Nate's mic decided to just explode.
Get loud.
Yeah, and it's still kind of doing it. So I don't know what's going on there. So maybe let's not yell today.
We'll see. No promises.
And here we are, third take. Did you mention the Bleacher Report thing? Did you include those?
No, that was last take. Welcome to anybody that came and saw us on Bleacher Report. That was pretty neat. You know, for us to just sit there and talk to a bunch of new people. Obviously, we were wrong, or at least I was. I didn't think Verlander was going to get traded. And that's what we covered, was possible trades, but I didn't think it was going to happen. And then sure enough, a couple hours later, all of our stuff is outdated, wrong. We did include the Astros in possible destinations, right?
We did.
So
and
we got that part right, somewhat.
For those who have no idea what we're talking about, we had the fortune of chatting on Bleacher Report as part of their trade deadline day coverage. Had a little 30-minute window there around midday, I suppose. We were able to get on there, and they wanted us to talk Justin Verlander trade destinations. So we went on there and talked Justin Verlander trade destinations. And look, I don't want to get on here and pat ourselves on the back, but good for us, man. Keeping it real, I feel like we've come a long way. It's true. Here we are on trade deadline day talking on Bleacher Report with a bunch of new folks. Again, if any of those new folks migrated over, welcome. Glad to have you. You haven't really missed anything. We'll pick you up on this train and keep on moving. We got about 2 months left. Am I reading that right? 2 months left in the season before we get into October.
That math checks out.
Did we figure out for sure? Does the wild card series start on the 3rd or the 4th? Because that is very relevant to us. I feel like we need to know this. And by look on your face, you don't know. So I
didn't look it up.
I'm gonna carry on. So yeah, Bleacher Report, that was fun. You could say, well, guys, this is your trade deadline recap episode. You're a little late to the party. We understand, but also consider that we were at the party. We were taking part in the party.
That's true. The day
of.
Yeah.
About as big of a party as you could get. So
true fans knew that.
Yeah, and shout out to the ones who were able to join us in that party in the chat.
The chat was popping. Chat was popping.
I really enjoyed that. And I went back and kind of skimmed over. I don't think there was many, if any, people in there being like, who are these clowns? What are they talking about? So
I didn't get any of that either. That's kind of what I was expecting to fire it off, to be honest.
So we must have had a pretty good day. So
yeah, it was just filled with 85% Braves fans.
I'll be willing. I'm
Typical.
willing to put up with those if we can
Typical,
continue
though.
to get more spots with Bleacher Report. I'm all about it. Before we get into the trade deadline stuff, well, it's sort of related to the trade deadline. In fact, it's very much related to the trade deadline, but it's probably not where you think I'm going right off the top here. Just getting the negativity out of the way here, can we just address Lucas Giolito's 2 starts in an Angels uniform since being sent over?
Who agreed to getting the negativity out of the way? I'm just kidding. Not really.
Is this not your MO? Do you not just love diving right into the negativity?
Well, I don't like getting out of the way. I think it's just always there.
You like letting it sit?
Yeah. I'm just going to sit and bake in my negativity. Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, we can push this off for a few minutes if you
like.
No,
it's all good. It's all good.
Else.
I mean, I think, look, like it was against the Braves, right? Second start, I believe.
Yeah. But still, I mean, come on, man. I mean,
you gotta shake off that White Sox cobwebs. You know what I mean?
He had a start to do that before.
Yeah, and that looked good. Vibes were high. I don't know. I mean, he's been up and down. He's been a roller coaster guy.
It didn't look good. He's 0-2 with a 12 ERA in 2 starts with the Angels.
Yeah.
He gave
Still
up
got
3
cobwebs.
runs. I'll give you this. It was better, certainly, than his Braves outing. He gave up 3 runs over 5 1/3 versus the Jays on Friday. So not exactly the easiest team to go up against in your first outing with the Angels. But what was it, yesterday? 3 2/3. Gave up 9, tied a career high 9 runs. And I believe, somebody check me on this, I believe those 9 runs were on Marathon Monday against the Red Sox. I remember it was an early game, it was a day game, and I'm 99% sure that's when he gave up 9 runs. I may be wrong. Somebody check me on that. But he allowed 9 runs, gave up 8 hits, and gave up 3 home runs.
What's the relevancy to the marathon? Connect those dots for me.
No, that's just I'm talking about the game that they play. It's Marathon Monday. They have a game. It's like Patriots Day. They play like 11 o'clock in the morning. It's like an early game. He was on the mound that day for the White Sox.
For the Angels?
For the White Sox.
You're saying last year?
My guy, are you listening to me?
Not really.
The start he just had against the Braves tied a career worst.
Ah, okay. I gotcha.
And that tie, that game, I believe,
gotcha.
was against the Red Sox.
Gotcha.
I just wanted to address that before we got into some other things because
Sure.
we already talked about the Lucas Giolito trade, so there really wasn't much of an opportunity to bring that up later in the episode.
Yeah.
And I figured we could use it as a transition into talking about Dylan Cease not being traded. What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah. I mean, it makes sense, I guess. Kinda. Somewhat. Like, what's the point of blowing it all the way up if you're the White Sox? Like, why get rid of Luis Robert and Dylan Cease? You know, as like fun as that would have been to see those types of names moved, I'm sure the asking price was just really, really high. And, I mean, because you have Dylan Cease with control. It's not just a rental. It's Dylan Cease with control. So, yeah, you're probably talking about at least 2 of your top 5 prospects, if not more. So, as a team, it's just like, how many GMs feel okay doing that? Not a lot. So, yeah, it would have been nice. I would have liked to have seen him in an Orioles uniform, I think. That would have been a sweet fit. But I think Jackson Holiday was probably requested. And the Orioles are like, nah, not going to happen. So, yeah, is what it is.
Yeah.
They said they're going to go for it again next year. whatever that means. I mean, it's AL Central, so going for it is just getting out of bed at the right hour, getting your day started like a normal.
Ain't that the truth?
Yeah.
Talking about the O's, continuing this theme here of not being traded, a name that we thought would have been maybe a decent fit with the O's, Eduardo Rodriguez. Can we talk about that for a minute? That seemed to be the top headline there in the final hour of the deadline. Eduardo Rodriguez declining a move to the Dodgers, who, from what I read, had a move in place. Like, it was essentially a done deal. And then the no trade clause comes into effect, and he's staying put.
So I'm going to take a different angle. Everyone is like, in the very first moments of those reports, were like attacking Erod. I understand, like, that's kind of the whole point of having a no trade clause. Like, you have places, you have a family in place, you have school just starting for a lot of kids or about to start. So, like, it's hard to uproot your family. Like we talked about, though, like I said in the group chat, he has an opt-out after this year. So it could have been a short-term rental. He didn't have to stay in LA for that long. But also, like, what are the Tigers doing? What's the front office doing? Wouldn't you check with your guy before you spend whatever, like, X amount of energy towards making this trade happen? Wouldn't you be like, hey,
X
are you
of energy,
down?
X amount of time? Because, like, if this
because you wasted time. This was day of. This wasn't days before. This is hours before the deadline.
I think the news broke in the final, like, what?
Hour.
2
It was
hours?
probably the last hour, yeah.
Last hour?
So
like,
it's just like, what?
You're spending valuable time.
You could have done other stuff. You could have done other stuff. And I'd be pissed if I were the Dodgers. Like, bro, check with your guy. See if this deal is going to happen. So that part is odd to me. But going back to, like, not necessarily, I understand Erod, like, hey, I want to keep the family in place, like, whatever. I understand that. And I don't think anyone has the right to attack that part of it. But at the same time,
hold that thought. He said, I didn't feel really comfortable with it, and I decided to stay here. It's nothing against the Dodgers. They're a really good team over there. I'm just thinking about my future and my family, and I took the decision to stay here.
I hate it. I hate it. This is soft to me. Like, this screams soft. Go over there for 2-3 months, compete for a ring, opt out if you don't like LA that much and you don't want to bring your family there. Understandable. And then go get a bag because you competed for a team that was chasing down a ring.
Yeah, I get that. But on the flip side, taking, like, the competition element out of it, which I know may seem silly to some, but if you look at it just from, like, a destination perspective, people are going, bro, why would you want to stay in Detroit when you could go to LA? And I'm sitting there going, have these people been to LA?
Yeah, I'm good.
What are we talking about here?
I'm good.
Like, I know Disneyland's out there, but it's far from Disneyland. So let's stop chalking up LA to be some, like, dream destination here, because it's not. Like, sure, Detroit's not all that great either, but if he's there, his family is like fine there, then
here's what I need to say. If I'm an agent, if I'm his agent, I'm saying you just turned down a club that could, if you do opt out, you just turned down a club that could very easily raise your asking price. You eliminated one of the top bidding teams in the league this offseason if you opt out. That's not smart. For 3 months. You tell me your fam can't stay in Detroit for 3 months? How many players around the league live with their family year round? All these guys are on the road constantly. Well, these guys have multiple houses. So, like, that to me, like, it just wasn't a smart move. It screams soft. I'm sorry. It screams soft. You know him better than I do. I don't know. It just seems like I'd rather stay out of the spotlight and just collect checks and keep my family happy and safe.
I mean, it's not to me at least, it's not a soft thing. Like he's pitched in a big market and he succeeded in a big market. Like he was a 20-game winner in Boston. So like it's not a matter of whether or not he can hang. Part of it, this may be reaching a little bit. Part of me wonders if there's still some, I don't know if embarrassment's the right word, but it's the only one I can think of. But back in the 18 World Series, when he gives up that bomb to Puig, and he's throwing his glove on the ground and just got ridiculed by Dodgers fans. I mean, rightfully so. That was a little childish, but
yeah.
I don't know if there's some, like, if that just burned the bridge for him with Dodger fans. Like, I don't know. I don't know. But the reason he gave centered around his family and their decision to stay there. So, I mean, I'm not going to try to speculate beyond that, but
I know. I'm not going in with the family stuff. I'm not going to attack the family, but I don't know, dude. It's 2-3 months and maybe it's just a different mindset. I don't know. Like I'm after it to win it in my head. You know what I mean? Especially like you have the momentum of a pretty solid year. You're stepping into a veteran rotation, a team that's ready to roll, man. So I don't know. Just odd.
I need to actually remember
because I'm not going back to that well. If I'm the Dodgers and he does opt out this offseason, I'm not going back to that. I'm good.
No, I mean there will be better avenues to take if you're the Dodgers. Like once you hit the offseason,
for sure.
This was just like what's available. What can we equip ourselves with right now?
Yeah,
and not to take anything away from him. Like he's a solid arm he would have been a solid arm for whatever team he would have ended up on, but. Like, I don't know. I don't think the Dodgers have any interest. I don't think they would have had any interest anyway in pursuing that. But I think now that this bridge has seemingly been burned a little bit, I think it's safe to say they're going to move on. I do need to correct myself. I said he was a 20-game winner. I remember watching the game in which he would have been his 20th win. Did not get the dub, so he finished that year 19-6. But I digress.
Scrub.
All right, let's talk about the big move of the day. Justin Verlander being reacquired by his former club, the Houston Astros. The Mets receive cash and outfielder Drew Gilbert and outfielder Ryan Clifford.
Yeah, that's what we talked about in our 30 minutes of fame on Bleacher Report, that the Astros only had one top 100 prospect, and that was him. And he went. The cash thing, it's so vague to me because, like, technically the Mets didn't receive cash. They're handing over quite a bit of cash.
So Verlander went to the Mets in December on a 2-year, $86.6 million deal, which includes a $35 million vesting option if Verlander pitches at least 140 innings next year. The Mets are going to send $35 million to the Astros to cover his 2023-2024 salary and an additional $17.5 million if the option vests. Cash puts it lightly. That's a lot of cash.
It's a lot of dough. It makes a lot of sense. It goes with the theme. We'll cover this, I'm sure, throughout the trades and cover everything. But like, everyone seemed to be reunited, and it feels so good. Like that. Everyone's just going back to former places.
Hold on.
No. That was good. Do you want me to sing it? I could sing it and make it better.
I sure don't.
Reunited and it feels so good. All right.
Dude, stop yelling. Your
No,
mic is so hot, dude.
You stop using buttons.
It's not okay.
Yeah.
I don't. Yeah. Quick. Bathroom break here. I don't understand why your mic is so hot. I don't get it.
Because I'm hot, though.
That's not it.
It's true.
It's definitely not it.
It's true.
Your mic hasn't been this hot for 375 episodes, and then all of a sudden,
hot. That it's about time. It's about time I'm the loud one here. It's about time I'm heard.
Hey, well, don't forget, we discovered today that I have the power to mute you at any point in time. So tread lightly, my friend.
It is getting out of hand over there between the soundboard and mute buttons.
Tread lightly. Back to this Verlander thing, though. It's kind of a lame.
Is it lame? I kind of feel like it's lame.
It's kind of lame. It's like, okay, at least go elsewhere. Like, if you're gonna move, great, because you should, and the Mets should send this guy elsewhere. But can it just be somebody other than the Astros, so we don't have to like talk about that element of it?
For real, I've seen this movie before. It's like this is like a sequel to Fast and Furious. Like, all right, enough's enough already. Go somewhere else. Go somewhere cool.
What are they on now? Are they on like 11?
It's hard to say. Possibly.
I'm gonna confirm.
I gave up. I think I gave up after 3.
Fast X.
I would guess that's 10.
That would be 10.
Are we counting Tokyo Drift in there? Is that included?
I mean, I'm not a Fast and Furious guy, so I'll leave that discernment up to you.
Tokyo Drift was all right. It was all right.
Why do you ask? Would you include it in there? Was it like not part of the series, like the consecutive series?
Well, kinda. Because you have Fast and Furious and then Too Fast, Too Furious, and that was just Paul Walker. And he was down in like Miami or something. And then Tokyo Drift.
No.
Or was it Tokyo Drift first before Too Fast, Too Furious?
I'm seeing here it's called the turbocharged prelude for Too Fast, Too Furious. What does that even mean?
Never heard of that. I don't know.
Don't even get it.
Me neither. Family. Yeah.
Family.
That's why
Verlander went back. Family.
Yeah. I've seen this movie before. It's not that exciting. And it's annoying because like Astros fans just stay winning. Just stay winning. So
yeah, quite the deadline day for them. We'll get into that a little later, obviously. But
and they're getting him for free, dude. They're literally getting him for free. It's not like that prospect, and nothing against him. What was it Drew Smith, right? Nothing against him. Gilbert, that's what it was. It's top 100 prospects, dope. But I think he was like the 68th, right? And we've talked about this before. Like, we never know how things are going to shake out. We never know if these prospects are going to pan out. To toss in that much cash with it, it's just crazy. I mentioned this on Bleacher Report. They have 20 mil coming off the books when Hector Neris, Maldonado, and then Brantley come off the books next year. You're getting Justin Verlander technically for like 29 mil. And then if you have that coming off, it's like...
That's a great recall, by the way. 68th.
Look at that. Look at that.
Somebody did their homework.
Somebody. So, I have a little nugget for you.
Lay it on me.
I got a little trivia question for you in the peeps. Justin Verlander becomes he's on this long list because technically he started the year with the Mets.
Correct.
So it's a little bit interesting this way. Because that was a free agent signing, right?
Yeah.
But he gets traded the following year. So
correct.
There was like this list of like 15 names that I was running through. And it was names that they won the Cy Young, stayed with their team, and then got traded at some point during that season. So I don't know where Verlander fits in this trivia category. He's kind of a tweener because he signed elsewhere after winning the Cy Young.
Okay.
So it's a little bit different. But I have 4 names on here.
Doesn't Verlander perfectly fit the criteria you just said?
No, because he started the year he didn't win it with the Mets.
No, but you said wins the Cy Young. Oh, I see what you're saying. The middle part is I get you.
It's like he's kind of in between. There was a list of like 11 names, which I didn't write down, that they won the Cy Young, they stayed with that team, and then they were traded at some point either during that season or in the offseason after that following season. This list of names I have are 4 guys that won the Cy Young and then were immediately traded to a different team. So Verlander like fits right in the middle between those 2 categories. But I wanted to see if you had some knowledge of those 4 names that they won a Cy Young and then they got traded after that season. You should at least get 2 of them.
Roger Clemens.
Good job. That's 1. 1998. Won it with the Blue Jays, traded to the Yankees.
Yep. Can I have a hint on the next one? Wait, you said there's 4 and I should know 2?
Mm-hmm. The hint I can give you for all these is that the AL East was involved in all of these names.
In one way or another. What's the earliest? Like, what's the furthest one back date?
Furthest one back is the one I don't think you're gonna get. It's 1994.
Okay. I would have to know who won the Cy Young in 93.
No, he won it in 94, and then
got traded.
Gotcha. I think something like that. Yeah.
Can't say I know who won the 94 Cy Young.
That's tough. 2 of these names.
Give me the 2 that I wouldn't know, and then I need to figure out this one.
The 2 you wouldn't know, David Cone was the one in 94. Won at the Royals, traded to the Blue Jays.
Okay.
Other name, I arguably should know this one too, but you should really know the other name, so I'll take this one off. R.A. Dickey. Cy Young in 2012 with the Mets, traded to the Blue Jays.
Blue Jays, yeah. Wow.
Blue Jays are really just got their fingerprints all over this thing. And this last name you need to know. I will say one word, and you need to get it from here.
Wait, Porcello stayed with the Sox, didn't he, after he won the Cy Young?
Yeah, I think he was in that other list. Other list where like he was there the following year, like he stayed on that team that he won it with.
When he stole it from Verlander, just out from under his nose.
One word.
Say the word.
Change up.
I don't know if that helps me.
It should. It's a name you need to know.
Pedro Martinez?
Yeah.
Okay.
1997, Expos to the Red Sox.
Wow.
All AL East. Blue Jays were all over this thing, though.
Love it.
Yeah. Fun little thing. So, again, like Verlander's in that weird one because he won a Cy Young. He signed with a different team, but he's going back to the team that he won the Cy Young with. So it's like he's creating his new list of stuff. And like the rich get richer. It's really annoying. Really annoying.
I mean, not that there was any real doubt. I think we could all assume what he's going in as, but I think going back to Houston
solidifies it.
Solidifies the Houston cap, correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
Was Detroit like the only possible?
I mean, that would have been the only other like
somewhat
reasonable option, because obviously not New York, but like
yeah.
Okay, just want to make sure we're on the same page here. His teammate, or former teammate, now division mate, Max Scherzer. Can we talk about that real quick?
Ooh,
and then we'll get back to some more trade talk.
I like it.
Spilling the beans.
Yeah, I like it.
Spilling the beans in Queens. Max Scherzer said,
here's the tea.
And I quote, "I talked to Billy." That's Billy Epler. "I was like, okay, are we reloading for 2024? He goes, no, we're not. Basically, our vision now is for 2025, 2026. 25 at the earliest, more like 26. We're going to be making trades around that." I was like, meaning Scherzer, I was like, so the team is not going to be pursuing free agents this offseason or assemble a team that can compete for a World Series next year? He said, no, we're not going to be signing the upper echelon guys. We're going to be on the smaller deals within free agency. 24 is now looking to be more of a kind of transitory year. I bet the farm on the fact that Billy Epler and company just love having this information out there. They're probably thrilled.
You think it's true?
Do I think that's their plan? Like, do I think that plan is true?
Uh-huh. You're telling me they're not going to go after Ohtani?
I mean, are you saying that there's like some sort of long game here with like Max being like, hey, if you let me go.
No, I don't think Max is in. I don't think he's in the secret club.
No. I'm saying, do you think there was some sort of like under the table agreement, like, hey, let me go and I can help you build some sort of narrative that can like help you slide quietly into these sweepstakes more so than you were before?
I don't think Max is doing anyone any favors. I just think that maybe the Mets are lying to Max. Why would they not go for Ohtani? Why would you not?
Why would you
say you're not going for anybody this year?
But you're still on the hook though, like financially. So
what do you mean?
I'm saying for Scherzer, like, why would they lie? It's not like if you just get him out of town, you're free and clear of any financial obligation to then allot that towards your Shohei.
I don't think that matters.
So that's what I'm saying. Why would they lie to him about their plans for next year? If Scherzer wanted out anyway, why would they have to lie about it?
I don't know.
I think the relationship was more fractured on Max's end. I think
Max was done, dude. He was checked out.
He was out of there. He did not want to be there any longer.
Yeah.
So I think to your point, if anybody's lying, it would be Max.
Probably.
Maybe,
I wouldn't.
Maybe like mixing some words here and there.
That's what I'm saying. Like, why would the Mets be out on Shohei?
I mean, looking beyond Shohei, or like, just like take Shohei, take him out of the picture. Even if they don't get Shohei, I'm kind of with you on that. Like, you're telling me Steve Cohen isn't going to just buckle up and reload or attempt to reload for next year? That's what he does. Money is nothing to him.
I think that, right. Money is nothing to him. He's a different beast. He's a different standard. Stop looking at him like every other owner. He's not going to be every other owner. This is brand new territory. There's too many names on here. There's too many names on this free agent list. Yeah.
Who do we got? Name some of them.
Obviously Shohei. I'm gonna kind of skip past a lot of these older names because like they're not gonna bring back Marcus Stroman, Cody Bellinger, which I don't see the need there. Erod if he opts out, Julio Urias, Josh Hader, Max Muncy, Matt Chapman. We heard a lot of rumors there being labeled to Matt Chapman before the Blue Jays got him.
Because of the timing, they're getting Edwin Diaz back for like the start of the year, if not like just shortly after, right?
Aaron Nola, Rhys Hoskins, Sonny Gray, Blake Snell. There's a lot going on here. But to be fair, none of them are going to total up what Ohtani is.
Sure.
That's a $500 million. So, I don't know, man. I don't see, unless they know something, unless the Mets just know that, like, there's no shot Ohtani's going to the East Coast. I don't know. Just don't buy it. What do you think of Max in Texas, though? Do you like it? Healthy rotation going into the postseason. Eovaldi's leading that, right? I don't think Max is the number one based on him kind of being a little shaky this year.
Yeah, especially his history of arm, like some fatigue issues down the stretch. Like that just wouldn't be smart. But I'm going to have to see it from Max, man. I'm going to have to see like a little bit more consistency for me to feel like, okay, wow, this rotation is well-rounded. And, I mean, even if you get 75% Max, like that's still a better option to have in your rotation than not. That's not my point. I'm just saying for me to feel like I can just chalk this rotation up as 5 straight wins, whatever length of the series we're talking here, however many games they end up having to toe the rubber for, before I just chalk them as like straight dubs. I'm going to need to see a little bit more from Max because
makes his debut today.
I don't even just not like looking beyond his performance, just the way I feel like he's responded to some things this year. I'm kind of like,
he seems like a grumpy old man.
He kind of does. So I'm like, I don't know how that plays into the vibes down there in Texas. I don't know if he's going to ruffle some feathers unnecessarily because before he got down there, vibes were great. So
I mean, can we give the Rangers an A? Just overall trades to bring in Chapman, Scherzer, Jordan Montgomery, Austin Hedges, depth piece, Jonah Heim dealing with injury. Like, it's just, I feel like they just did a good job of just bringing in veteran depth, and like that's pushing your chips in the table. It's fun to see. I like seeing when teams do that.
Yeah, it must be nice having a team with glaring issues and they go out and address those issues with.
Yeah, it's refreshing.
With signings. It's nice. Yeah, you and I can both understand that pain. Let's talk about speaking of the American League East. Let's talk Jack Flaherty to the O's. Cardinals send him to the O's. Cardinals get infielder Cesar Prieto, left-hander Drew Rom, and right-hander Zach Showalter.
I give this trade a C+.
Yeah.
Just underwhelming. They needed a front of line guy.
Yeah, the more we were digging into this for our little Bleacher Report segment, I was like, man, the O's would be sick.
Yeah. Yeah.
Honestly, I may have even felt better about Erod with the O's.
Agreed.
I don't know.
Agreed.
The problem with this time of year, and I hear it like on MLB Network all the time, and like you read about it. Everyone talks about these guys as if they're playing at the top of their game.
Mm-hmm.
Or they're talking about them in a trade discussion as part of maybe like a package, or maybe as part of a blockbuster move, as if they're their best self. Mm-hmm. A lot of these guys have not been playing up to their standards this year.
Mm-hmm.
So sure, the name might cause your ears to perk up a little bit, but like when you really look at it, and I'm not like attacking Jack Flaherty here, but I'm just saying
he hasn't been.
It's not great what it was
for a while now.
For a while,
like going back to last year too. So
I think underwhelming is like it definitely felt a little bit like a scramble move for the Orioles, because that was the final hour.
Yeah,
ahead of the deadline, that move went down. So,
and I'm sure they knocked on the, like we said, I'm sure they knocked on the door for Dylan Cease. I'm sure the White Sox said, yeah, we're going to need Jackson Holiday and probably another couple guys. It's a high cost. And then
I think you and I had that conversation, whether it was on air or just like in casual conversation, where like it's not worth giving up Jackson Holiday because you're already, as of right now, the second best team in baseball, and
right.
You haven't had Dylan Cease. So like, sure,
right.
That would be a great addition to have.
Right.
But like, is it worth giving up Jackson Holiday and possibly more to get a guy that
right.
in his own right hasn't been what he was in his Cy Young season? Like,
right. True.
Another
like, it's not like,
guy.
It's not like he's been lights out this year too. So that's a good point.
I think it was a smart play in that regard for Cease,
and I'm sure they knocked on the door for the Padres too, but the Padres ended up being like cautious buyers. So I think Snell probably got taken off the board a little bit. I mean, names dwindled quickly. I don't know. I wish I would have seen a little bit more. The Fujinama dude from the A's just, I mean, I think he got his doors blown off. His doors blown off yesterday against the Blue Jays. I mean, it's just like he doesn't seem like. So when it comes down to it, if the Orioles fall short, I think you got to look back. And not that they're going to be just fine for a few years. So I'm not saying that this is like their only opportunity. But I think if they fall short this year, you can look back and say, probably could have done a little bit more to bolster up the rotation and help out the middle relief a little bit. So, but they do get John Means back fairly soon. Is he going to be ramped up? Probably not.
Yeah,
I don't know.
You have to have low expectations for that.
Yeah. But Grayson Rodriguez has really looked a lot better since his minor league stint being sent down. Like since he's come back, he does look a lot better. So maybe that felt like a little bit of a bonus. If he was, still in the dumps, maybe we'd have seen them do a little bit more. So the Orioles are fine. Orioles fans, you're fine. They're going to be just fine. I was waiting for the sexy one. I was waiting for the sexy pick. We wanted it in last offseason. We didn't get it. We wanted it at this deadline. We didn't get it. Just waiting for like, when is that time going to come? When are the Orioles going to do something splashy?
The Blue Jays getting Paul DeJong. I like this move. I think it's smart. I mean, it's not the sexiest name, of course, but with Bo Bichette going on was it the 10-day or the 15-day?
It's a knee issue, right?
Yeah, it was on the base pass. He ran into a little bit of an issue there.
No structural damage is what I think I saw. I think it was a scramble move.
Yeah, I mean, but like I said, I don't.
Not a bad scramble though. Not a bad scramble at all. Did you see the Blue Jays digging up the old Paul DeJong tweet from back in the day?
Yeah, it's like Yankees suck or whatever.
Yeah, he's like, I hate the Yankees.
Yankees.
Blue Jays make the trade, and Twitter's like, yeah.
And then the Blue Jays hit him with the "One of Us" GIF from Wolf of Wall Street. I'm like, all right, I can get behind that. I love it. See, that's a good example of bringing up old tweets. I can get behind that.
Right.
That's good, clean fun. All right.
Yeah.
Nobody's lives getting ruined here. Michael Lorenzen, Phillies.
Love it. Good job, Phillies.
I feel like you were really high on Lorenzen at this deadline.
I think it's just like the limited names, you know? Like I think we would have loved to see Cease or Snell go somewhere, but like we knew it was a long shot. So yeah, and
the low price tag, of course. That's appealing.
Yeah, and I like the fit for the Phillies because like they weren't in need of a frontline guy. They just need to go get depth. And they got him. I like it. And he's got like a Philly look about him too. The long hair, don't care look.
Yeah.
It's like he kind of looks like Nola a little bit with the lettuce coming out the back. So
they got some dudes with lettuce on that team.
I don't know what it like. I understand that the loudest fans right now are Braves fans and they all hate the Phillies, obviously, but there's just something about the Phillies, man. Like I kind of like it. I don't know. I like when they do stuff. They say what you will about Dombrowski, but he's always going to go for something. He's always going to try to make something happen. I like those GMs.
Kind of keeping it moving here because there's a lot to cover, and we certainly won't get to every move that happens. Looking at the list here, Marlins getting Josh Bell, and who's the other one they got?
David Robertson.
No. Bro, what are we talking about here? It was. Come on, Corwin, pull it together. Who did they get? It was Josh Bell, and I thought it was another infielder. Do you have no idea?
I think it was a prospect that they got in return. They sent Gene Segura over to Cleveland, right?
No, this is going to bother me. Oh, Jake Berger. That's who it was. Josh Bell and Jake Berger.
Yeah. I'm sorry. I thought you were blending the same deal together. Yeah.
No.
Yeah. Jake Berger. I like that, dude. Just under the radar moves.
Josh Bell's first game yesterday hit the bomb. I think I saw something that said between Bell and Berger in their first game together with the Marlins, they were I don't know if they were 8 for 9 or they got on base 8 of 9 times.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, that's a heck of a debut. And they walked off the Phillies yesterday, so
the
vibes are high in Miami. Big fan of the move. I think.
Did you see the guy that ran on the field and got away?
Did he really?
Rare success move. Dropped out in the field, was hanging around in center field, dapped somebody up, dapped up a player, I think, and then just went full Spider-Man mode and got over the center field wall, climbed that little like staircase in left center, and then just pieced out. There was one security guard that was chasing him down. I was like, so
come on, this
knows?
isn't Oakland. You can swing more guards than that.
I wonder where the man went. He's just gone now. But yeah, no, add a little juice to that lineup. You know what I mean? Add a little juice. You got some guys that can play pepper and get on base. So I like it. I like Jake Berger.
Jake Berger's more love. Got what, like 20 bops this year?
Yeah, he needs more love.
He may even have more than that. I need to check here. I like that move. Honestly, I might like the Jake Berger 25 bops this year. I like that move more than Josh Bell because Josh
Bell does nothing to me.
Yeah, Josh Bell did nothing but change of scenery, maybe get back to his Nats days, maybe his little Pirates days. Who knows? Not saying to count on it, but
the man is known for some clutch home runs at certain points in big moments. So we've seen it in Cleveland, we saw it in San Diego. He can do stuff when it comes down to crunch time. So, but overall, yeah, Jake Berger is going to add the juice.
I'm just saying, if it were up to me and I was looking at two infielders, granted different positions, but I'd take a guy like Josh Bell over, I don't know, maybe a guy named Luis Arias. That's just me, though. That's just me. Again, I know different needs. Different needs. What else we got here? Can we talk about the Yankees making the single move to acquire? Well, I guess they technically made a second one, didn't they?
It was a waivers move.
As the landscapers are outside. Love this. Yankees acquire Keynan Middleton from the White Sox. How ecstatic were you?
It's par for the course, baby. Par for the course. Here's my theory. I said this early. Par for the course. Here's my theory. If I'm putting on my Hal Steinbrenner wig and tie, I'm going to say the conversation goes as such. Vis-a-vis. No, sorry, just drop. We got to drop in the quotes when we can. Okay. I think he just told Brian Cashman, look, this is the bed you made. You have to lay in it, dude. Like, this is the roster you convinced me was going to win us a division. They haven't had a left fielder in like 3 years.
Can I ask you something? And I know I joke with you about this all the time, just about how dreadful the Yankees organization has been for the last 15 years.
Yep, 14.
How many?
14.
Close enough.
Yeah.
We
can assume next year may.
09 they had A-Rod on the team, so like how exciting was that World Series really at the end of the day? Sure. Is Hal to blame for any of this? Is Hal clear of any of the blame, or is this purely just a Cashman Boone thing? And really, is Boone, how much of it is Boone to blame? Like, sure, managerial decisions come into play, sure, but you look at other managers around the league who are kind of handcuffed with the roster they've been dealt. So is this
Boone's
really
a puppet,
just a
dude? Boone's a puppet. Yeah. We've known that since the jump. He's a yes man. That's why they brought him in. To just, have no gut feel, go with analytics, and destroy a bullpen. So, yeah, this is all on Cashman, dude. He's got to go. It's all done. I wish they would have sold. I don't understand why they didn't sell. I would have liked to see something happen. It doesn't make sense that your strongest part of your team is your bullpen and you add to your bullpen. You don't have a left fielder. You haven't had a left fielder in a long time. You have no lefty bats. Everyone talks about the short porch, but why don't they have any lefties that can hit? Anthony Rizzo is literally at the bottom of the barrel this year offensively. The bottom of the barrel. Just odd. Just really odd. I mean, I'm not surprised. I'm disappointed continuously, but this is what it is. So I think this is I would like to say Hal was just like, you know what, Cash? You're not doing anything. I'm not going to have some trade deadline move that saves your job. You're either going to miss the postseason or you're going to get bounced in the first round, and I'm going to fire you. That's the hope. That's the dream. That's what we're all hoping for.
Myself included. D-backs getting Paul Sewald.
Cool. I know they needed a closer. They were attached to Jordan Hicks a lot.
Yeah.
So, I like it. I would have liked to see a little bit more out of them, but all good. I wish Seattle sold a little bit more.
Yeah.
You know, we heard like rumors of Teoscar getting over to the Blue Jays. That would have been cool.
Ty France was out there in the mix a little bit.
Yeah. I would like to see them sell some names.
Let's see. At the time of the acquisition, 3-1 with a 2.93 and 43 innings. Is in the middle of a second straight season with 20 plus saves. I like it. I'm with you though. I wish the D-backs would have done a little more. Is it too simplistic of a way of thinking to think that like the teams that are kind of on the fringe need to do more at a deadline like this, and the teams that are more set and are just really at the end of the day just adding depth pieces here and there?
Yeah,
like we can maybe give them a little bit of a pass, but a team like the D-backs where there's no real guarantee there.
Yeah, they've been struggling, and like you kind of like you're losing a little momentum. I would have liked to see a little more juice injected into the clubhouse.
Yeah.
But I mean, when you're adding a closer, it's like there's only so many of those guys out there to add. Job well done there.
Did we talk about the Candelario move? This was post our last episode, I think, right?
Yeah.
By the way, dude has been tearing it up for the Cubbies.
Does he have like 7 or 8 hits?
Yeah, I think he's like 8 for 10. The Cubs have scored like I think I heard today it was like 36 runs in their last 2 games.
Correct.
2.
R.I.P. Reds. Yikes.
I mean,
sheesh.
Cubbies, come on.
Yeah.
I love that move.
Me too.
I don't think Candelario got nearly as much love.
Guy rakes.
And I think the only reason he was getting the love that he was because he was on the block, of course. But like,
Guy rakes.
I love it.
Yeah.
Do we
good for the Cubs, dude? Can we just keep?
Oh, this is all you, man. You were
said
high
it.
on the Cubbies,
I said
man.
it before they went on their streak. I was like, it's not time. I don't think we can call it on the Cubs yet. I don't think we can send it because everyone wanted Bellinger to get moved. And I just said, I don't know, man. I don't know. They're right within striking distance, and then they turn it on. They turn it on. They turn into buyers.
Here you go.
I'm not going to RIP the Cubs. I'm not going to do it.
Good for you.
I'm not going to do it.
Good for you.
I think I'm feeling it a little bit. We talked about teams that like needed to figure out what they are coming out of the break. They've done well.
There you have it.
Bam.
And done well they have. I love to see it. I'm going to need to see some more momentum from the Cubs to really just hammer this thing home because where are they at right now? Where are they at in the mix?
I think they're 3.5 out of the last wild card spot, I believe. 2.5 out today.
2.5 behind. Well, 1.5 behind the D-backs. 2.5 back from the third spot.
Oh yeah, it's go
I
time.
don't know, man. Cubs are 8-2 in their last 10. D-backs are 3-7. The Brewers are 3-7 in the last 10.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, man. Cubs are getting hot at the right time.
Just spanked up the Reds a little bit, who, by the way, disappointing as well. Deadline, what the heck? What are we doing?
There's some other moves here that another D-backs move, Tommy Pham. I'm sorry, I don't understand the hype with Tommy Pham. I truly don't.
He's had an okay year though.
Yeah,
this year, not too bad.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Did you like the move?
It didn't do anything for me.
Yeah.
My heart rate stayed the same.
Nor did it for me. Brewers getting Mark Canha. I know you, as a big Brewers guy, you probably love seeing this move.
Dude. Freaking Brewers, man. So blah. So blah.
At the time of the acquisition, Canha was hitting 245 with 6 home runs, 29 ribbies. And hitting 255 against righties, which is better than Blake Perkins and Joey Wiemer's splits against righties. So looking to upgrade.
See, Christian's been banging. Oh, Yelich.
Has he been?
He's been banging.
Doing most of the year?
He's on a hot streak right now. So, I mean, I like that. Sal Frelick, cool guy. Some buzz around him. I don't know. It's just whatever, dude.
How would you, last one here, just your quick thoughts. Aaron Civale to the Rays.
I think this was one of the few trades that was a win-win.
Yeah.
You know? I think I saw win-win-win. It's very rare. I think I saw it was like Chris Rose on Instagram. He was saying, because he's an Indians fan, Guardians fan, and he was like kind of not feeling it, right? Like Civale with control, been the most consistent pitcher in their rotation. You're moving him, but the guy they got back, I'm spacing on the name right now, the prospect that they got back.
Kyle Manzardo, first baseman.
Apparently drops tanks. Apparently is a dude. And when Chris Rose was upset about the trade, he was talking with Vinny Pasquantino. And Vinny was like, you know who the comp is, right? And Chris Rose was like, who? He goes, me. So that prospect is apparently got the comp with Vinny Pasquantino. And the Guardians look like their lineup has been bad for a while. Josh Naylor, everyday first baseman, just is not going to get it done. So it's a win-win. And it's obvious the Guardians can develop pitching. They've been doing it for a while. They're pretty good at it. So I think that I have faith that they will, be able to fill the hole of Civale and get that name back. And the Rays, yeah, I mean, just adding a really, really solid, probably slot 4 or 5 guy, right? I think.
I mean, in that rotation,
yeah. McClanahan, Glasnow, Eflin. Yeah, I would then say Civale. So when you got 4 starters going into the postseason, you're in pretty good shape, man. 4 legit good starters.
That Kyle Manzardo you were talking about in 2022 hit 22 bombs and registered a 1.043 OPS between high A and double A.
There you
go. Has not been swinging it as well this year. But they got him up at the AAA level, so potential there for sure. Mm-hmm. So
yeah,
win. We all win. All right, it's been like an hour plus, and we haven't even talked about a no-hitter, so let's talk about a no-hitter, shall we? Framber Valdez, mere hours, after reacquiring Cy Young and future Hall of Fame Justin Verlander.
That's what I'm saying, dude. They stay winning. Sucks.
Hours. The last Astro to throw a complete game no-hitter. Do you know who it was?
No.
Justin Verlander.
Was it really? I had a feeling.
September 1st, 2019.
I saw Maldonado now has 3. He's caught 3. Just ties the record.
Dude's a stud.
That's crazy.
Is it really?
Yeah.
In a weird way that seems very easy to believe, but hard to believe at the same time.
Yeah.
Because, like, how many no-hitters are you really catching? But also, like, 3 just seems, with anything, 3 just seems kind of low.
Yeah. And we know that guy is calling his own games, too. So.
Yeah. Very efficient for Mr. Valdez.
Kind of a snoozer, if you will.
A little bit of a snoozer. My fantasy team certainly appreciated it this week, going up against Nathaniel Reyes' fantasy team.
Lifeless.
But that's beside the point.
Haven't even logged in.
That's beside the point. What was it? 93 pitches. The third fewest in a no-hitter or perfect game since 1998. I'm sure you've seen the Nuggets floating around. Do you know the other 2 names?
Greg Maddux? No, that wasn't a no-hitter. That was just a CG, huh? I don't know.
David Cone threw 88 in his no-hitter in 1999. Darryl Kyle needed just 83 pitches for his no-hitter in 1990.
Whoa.
83 pitches.
Whoa.
But yeah, good night for Valdez, obviously. Did not get barreled up really at all. And like I'm sure if you're listening, you're going, well, yeah, it was a no-hitter. Like, of course he had his stuff that night. But like, we've seen some no-hitters where, and you were even looking for it because you weren't able to catch the game, so you were.
I watched the last out. That was it. I flipped it on right in time.
You were just watching the 27 outs or whatever, and I mean, I did the same thing, and not a lot of hard contact. Maybe like a couple at most, but
that one play where like it glanced off his glove. It was going up the middle, and it glanced off his glove, and then Pena made the play.
Snagged it, yeah.
That was the only thing that was kind of like got your heart rate up a little bit, but like, yeah, nothing to write home about. I mean, it's just, I think if you're an Astros fan and if you're Framber, that's kind of the way you want it. But normally we see something, man. Normally we see a solid defensive play, especially with shifts not happening anymore. Like you would expect to see something.
Yeah. He just had guys looking silly. Like if you go back, like nothing was squared up. Like a lot of it was just like glancing contact, getting guys inside outed, in on the hands. There just wasn't even the stuff to the outfield. Even the balls that were driven to the outfield weren't really driven. It was more of just like a off the end of the bat kind of thing. Little dying star falling into the hands of the outfield. Like it just,
the last out too, like this little like humpback liner.
Yeah, that was Payne, like oddly enough one of the few that actually kind of made me nervous because off the bat I'm just like I have no idea where this is going. And then Pena was a little bit out of position, it looked like.
Yeah.
In relation to where the ball ended up, but all in all, just like not. I mean, Astros fans and Framber Valdez, I'm sure, are thrilled, but it just wasn't. It just didn't.
Something to note here, though. Only one walk.
Yeah, it was a walk. And what's crazy, and I'd have to go back and double check, but I came across this stat. Don't know if it's true. He went up 1-2 in that count.
Oh, really? In that walk?
And he walked. I'm blanking on who he walked, but went up 1-2 in the at-bat. So he was awfully close.
Oscar Gonzalez.
That's what it was, yeah. Yeah, so all in all, excited for Framber. And look, can we stop, please, with just like the Astros hate? Like, this guy had nothing to do with 2017. Please, like, can we just set that aside?
Yeah, no, I'm more just sick of Astros fans. That's what I'm sick of. Astros fans that have like this us against the world mentality still. But it's only around because of what you're saying, like this narrative of
sure. But like, look, I'll be honest.
Hate.
I hate that I'm saying this. Probably have to go wash my mouth out with soap after this. But like, got to give Astros fans credit. I don't feel like and Okay, maybe not too much credit because it's not like it was their choice. I think it's by default because of the Rangers are doing what they're doing. We're not hearing them as loudly this year because they're going, oh.
They probably prefer that too.
Yikes.
Astros probably prefer it.
Yeah. I don't know. All in all, though, another no-hitter in the books. Awfully close to a perfect game, but
third one this year?
Not to be had. Well, third one. Second one, third one, the most recent one was a combined no-hitter for who was that? Who just threw that one?
Couldn't care less about a combined no-hitter.
No, I absolutely don't, which is why I have...
That's why I can't remember. Someone random.
Was it the Tigers?
I think it was.
Yeah, against the Jays. Yeah. A combined no-hitter from the Tigers? Yeah. Chalk that up as I don't care. All right. Well, we're running short on time here, so let's just buzz through the end here. Weekend series to watch. For me, got the... Oh, shoot. I forgot to check the updated... what do you call it? Probable pitchers. I've got the Blue Jays and Red Sox. And put your pitchforks away because I haven't included, I don't think, maybe once this year, possibly, have I included the Red Sox in a series to watch. But if you look at the wild card race right now, this is a very, very important series coming up this weekend. So I will certainly be watching it. Game 1 on Friday, you've got Alek Manoah going up against James Paxton. Game 2, you got Jose Barrios going up against Undecided. And then on Sunday, you've got... Come on now.
Way to have your notes ready. Sheesh.
Chris Bassett. I have my notes ready. I was looking to see if the Red Sox have their notes ready. They don't. Chris Bassett versus Undecided. So that's where we're at. That's what I've got.
Sounds like a sweet matchup.
You know what? I'm not going to let your negativity affect me today, Nate. I'm sorry that your MLB team is out of it right now. I'm sorry that your fantasy team is out of it right now.
I've got nothing to live for. You're right.
I'm not going to. Okay, well, we don't have to get all like a meta here. I'm simply saying I'm not going to take your bitterness here, especially about the way I prepare my notes.
Ay. Coming from someone who never has notes. My matchup is going to be the Braves going to Wrigley. This is the Prove You're Real series for the Cubs. We know what the Braves are doing, leading the NL West. Cubs are 55 and 53 at the time of this recording. As we mentioned before, 2.5 games back out of the last wild card spot. 36 runs scored in the last 2 games. So they're rolling. Max Fried getting his first start since May 5th. So Braves fans going to be a little excited about that. Going against Kyle Hendriks in game 1. Here's a little note for you. This is an easy one. You don't have to come up with anything. You just get to choose which side. All right? Kyle Hendricks' career matchups against the Braves. Do you think he has more strikeouts or more earned runs?
I'm going to go strikeouts.
Good call, but not by much. 33 strikeouts career against the Braves, 27 earned runs. I think he's made like 8 starts or something like that. So kind of struggles against the Braves. Bryce Elder going against someone named Undecided.
Bro, way to have your notes together.
No, that's not me. That's the Cubs. Bryce
No.
Elder, 3.18 ERA. Really solid last time out against Milwaukee. 7 innings, 4 hits, 1 earned run, no walks, 3 Ks. He has 13 quality starts this year, tied for 4th most in the NL. So, yeah, pretty good. Speaking of that same stat, though, he is tied with Game 3 starter of the Cubs, Justin Steele, also with 13 quality starts this year. 2.65 ERA. And he has the 6th best walks per 9 in the NL at 1.87. So control through the roof for Justin Steele. And he's going against Uncle Charlie Morton for the Braves. And just something fun here. He's top 10 in double plays this year. So, yeah, good matchup. Not necessarily like it doesn't rock the boat for the Braves just because whatever happens. But again, this is like a, Cubs are hot, vibes are high, prove yourself kind of thing. So that's why I chose it.
Closing the book here, just a few items that we're going to speed through here real quick. I just want your super quick thought / reaction. Domingo German will not throw another pitch for the Yankees this year. I'm not even bringing this up for the reason itself. Obviously, guy's been going through some things with some alcohol abuse issues. That's not why I bring it up. I bring it up because I wanted to get your take on whether you think the Yankees were just lying through their teeth this whole last week or so with the situation.
With the weird start thing where like his start got skipped and then he ended up coming in relief. I don't know if it was the Yankees lying, and I don't know if he was lying. I don't know if Domingo was the one lying, But like this guy it's just obviously like baseball aside, go get right. Go get healthy for you, yourself as a human being and your family. That is most important. But this guy is just all over the place with like the storylines of what he's going to be remembered by between domestic violence, the perfect game, the sticky stuff on the pants, suspensions, and now this. So it's just par for the course for the Yankees this year. It's just weirdness, just really strange stuff. But yeah, first and foremost, go get right.
Cubs DFA Trey Mancini to make room for Candelario.
Gotta find a spot somewhere, right? Give me some magic. Give me some Trey magic somewhere, please.
I'll be honest with you. I don't
think it's all done.
No. I mean, he'll find a spot, but my expectations are very low for wherever he ends up.
Yeah. Still a guy.
For sure.
Either that or don't find a spot and throw out the first pitch when the Orioles host their first postseason game this year. How do you like that?
I like that. It's a good backup.
Good backup plan.
And lastly here, friend of the pod, Liam Hendriks, hitting the shelf once again. Tommy John, I think, underwent surgery, what's today, Thursday? Yesterday, Wednesday? Yeah. So tough break for him. Sounds like he'll be out till, I think, 20. They said possibly
25.
Late 2024, but safe to assume 2025 is a more realistic option.
Safe to assume the White Sox won't be in play in late 2024 anyway. So what's the point? So push it to 25. Yeah. Love Liam. Just a couple tough gut punches,
I was thinking, speaking of Liam, I was thinking about uploading as like a throwback, uploading that Zoom call we had with him for episode whatever it was.
I wish we were recording video back then.
We did. I have the video.
Did you really?
Yeah. I have the Zoom call. So like it wouldn't be like nice and like well put together because I didn't have the ability to do that back in the day. But Yeah. We got the video call there, and I could upload that as like a little throwback episode for anybody interested. Yeah.
Throw it in the vault, the 3-0 vault.
You can enjoy his wife doing a little chit chat with us at the end. Gives us a tour of his little rental there. Got to see his cats.
Yeah,
that was a good time.
But I think he's gonna be fine. You know what I mean? Like if you can beat cancer, being in that hospital surrounded by people that are struggling to beat that, like you can come back from Tommy John, no problem. He's gonna be A-okay. Sure. Get back on the mound soon. Yeah, I think all of baseball misses that guy. So see you in 2025.
Last thing here, shout out to the people out there using SeatGeek. You guys hit me up you guys have done a great job of hitting me up in the DMs. Be like, yo, appreciate it. Here's a little screenshot of what I was able to pull ticket wise. Here's the game I'm going to, so on and so forth. So shout out to you guys. And if you haven't yet, use our promo code 3OHTAKE. THREEOHTAKE. It's our social handle. You can save $20 off your ticket purchase. So go ahead and use that promo code for us. And if you haven't already, subscribe to us on YouTube. If you're primarily an audio person,
stop.
What's it gonna hurt you to just check us out on YouTube? Maybe catch one episode or two from the video perspective, and while you're there, subscribe to us.
Yeah, likes, subscribes, reviews, all the good stuff, please. It's good for us. We need it.
Much appreciated. That's all I got. We'll see you guys next week.
Don't go chasing curveballs.
We love y'all, and as always, looking forward to talking more baseball with you guys soon. Until next time, stay filthy.